Uh, what a good time to start a podcast. No joke.
Yeah, I know. In the midst of all the coronavirus and stuff, so
Mass hysteria.
we're
Pandemic.
we're quarantined right now. This is our self quarantine, and this we're never leaving this room.
So this is day one of
this is day one
day
of,
one of our
of
quarantine.
coronavirus quarantine.
We'll check back with you 28 days later, like the movie.
Yeah.
Dude,
We'll
I
be,
honestly hope this thing doesn't become. I mean, it obviously there's nothing that would ever make it be like that. But that's how the movies start. It's like, oh, it's just flu, and then everyone's gonna start eating faces.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
about
I
this
know.
virus is that's what I was saying when we were getting Whataburger, that it's picking and choosing who it wants to target. That's pretty odd. Like, some 20-some-year-olds are getting it. They're coming in direct contact with it, and they're not. Uh, it does the virus. It goes into their system or whatever, but it doesn't develop. So it just passes right through them. And then some people, it actually develops and it turns into, obviously, the respiratory illness.
Yeah.
So it's picking and choosing who it wants to infect, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but with all that, it's good. I think this is the best time to come back from being gone for so long, and then, well, obviously you see we changed up everything. We're not the same.
Yeah.
I think now that everybody is quarantined, we'll have more listeners now.
Yeah. Everybody's just gonna be looking for things to do.
Things to do.
on,
No joke.
on the internet and stuff. But
Speaking of that, there's so many NBA players and stuff now that the NBA season is postponed. They're trying to turn to
Yeah.
streaming or playing video games because they can't do anything for the next 3 to 4 weeks. It's funny
That's
that you guys.
amazing.
It's funny that you guys mentioned that about people have to find new ways to stay entertained. All these guys, because all they've ever known is sports, and they're not allowed to go to the gyms. They're not allowed to go to restaurants. They're not allowed to go
Or
anywhere.
to go to a basketball court now.
Yeah,
It's
they can't.
you can't, and it's a great time for us because, especially all we do is game. Nothing really changed for us other than we have more packs of water now.
yeah.
And toilet paper.
Dude, I have no idea how the coronavirus, which is flu-like symptoms, turned from I needed more toilet paper in my house.
Cause it gives you diarrhea.
It doesn't. The flu doesn't give you diarrhea.
It's just because it's a commodity and people get scared, and
Yeah, I mean, think about it. But even then, not in doing all of this virus, right? All this virus talk. If you think about it, toilet paper is the one thing that will probably live on forever. It doesn't go bad, right? Because it's toilet
I
paper,
guess.
and you can use it for anything. I mean, it mainly has one or two if you're a woman applications, but I mean, it's probably the best. You can just stock up even when it's not when there is no crisis. Toilet paper is the best
it has
thing.
multiple uses. Yes.
It'll survive anything unless it gets burned, and then you won't survive anything. But
It's just really dumb. The literally everywhere, HB, Walmart, the dollar store, there's literally nothing, no toilet paper. And luckily for me, I actually went to Costco and bought a bunch of toilet paper before it all happened. So I looked out and I didn't really have to go looking for some, but I didn't think oh, maybe my dad or my mom might need toilet paper. But honestly, it's that wasn't the thing I would have thought that was gonna go out first.
Yeah.
That went out first before the toilet paper because I had went to HEB maybe a week ago, and I bought 2 cases of water. I bought it just in case. I have a water dispensary, so it's I didn't really need water bottles, but I bought it just in case, and I only bought 2, even though the limit at that time was 4. I bought them
How
just
many?
in case. The 32 ones, the 32
how
pounds
many
bottles.
is in just in case?
What do you mean? It's 2 cases.
I know.
Like, just in case, like, I don't
I
know.
was trying to make a joke, but Mike didn't get it.
Oh, no.
Oh, Corona. Oh, gosh.
I have allergies. But, like, even then, like, I didn't think toilet paper was the first thing that was going to go. Yeah, and it's funny because you see all these memes and it's like how you defend against the coronavirus, and it's just like you just mummify yourself. And that's funny because that's the jokes that were being made was like, I guess these people are mummifying themselves until the virus is over.
I mean, did you see the one I sent you guys about Arnold?
Yes.
Come with me if you want to shit.
Yeah.
Dude, these memes are going crazy, man. I it's such a weird time. Like, think about like a couple, well, maybe not a couple, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. Like, you usually wouldn't make a joke about these things in a meme, and like now it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, you would see them, right? But they were so rare and like they weren't as like mainstream as they are now. But they're honestly hilarious.
Yeah, they are, and it's all mostly the same kind, right? Like of like, oh, what are you gonna do now that you're quarantined? You're gonna have to stay home. But then, like for us, it's perfect because, I mean,
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Because we're gamers, so we're basically just gonna stay in and play games. This is what we always do anyway.
I
so.
saw a post by the World Health Organization and then the CDC. They both posted the same thing. They were both saying that people should be looking into like they made a list of stuff that you should do and stuff that you shouldn't do. And on the should do was stay home, watch TV, and play video games. And I was like, I already do that today, so not much has changed for me.
It's like, okay, and what else?
Yeah.
What else can I do?
What are all those people gonna like? Parents, I put in quotations, and adults that say like, oh, remember all those old people that say, oh, video games rot your brain. It's like, well, it's better than dying from fucking corona.
Yeah.
So
I had that conversation with my mom. I've had that conversation with my mom plenty of times. She's always told me that she thinks they ruin my brain and they'll ruin my my ability to be social. And I've always tried to tell her like that's just a per person basis. If you have like if you're on your Xbox 16 to 18 hours a day or something, then yeah, you have a problem. But if you're on it a couple of hours a day and you just use it to decompress, then I think you'll be fine. But at the same time, I also think that I've had that conversation with her plenty of times, and I've had to argue like I don't know how many times about how doctors say that people who play video games they have a better ability to multitask and read situations better because obviously when you play video games,
your reaction time has to be there. Your
exactly
hand-eye coordination,
everything has to be top notch.
You
Otherwise,
honestly,
you'll die.
I think
in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Very
way we
accurately.
did, like the way we did in Austin for your bachelor party. I think we all did pretty swell considering that was our first time messing with an AR and a pistol. It was a pistol, right? A pistol and an AR.
Yeah.
That'd be a good I think that'd be a good test for like where we would go out to the shooting range and have like the guys like all of us like shoot guns who play video games and then have like our girlfriend wives like next and be like, all right, let's compare who shoots better based on because I'm pretty sure none of our girlfriend wives have played shooters as well as we do.
Oh hell no. that's for damn sure.
That'd be a cool video. I'm pretty sure there are videos out there like that, but I think it'd be a cool one to pull even I mean, if you want to keep doing more content, I would love to do more real life stuff. I have my friends do. I have a friend who's doing little shorts, and it's something I remember doing in high school, and we can do the podcast. We're clearly gonna do more gaming videos. The only video we have up right now is the one of Mason's greatness and he falls off the cliff in Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
But it's I would really like to do. I mean, maybe not skits. I don't think we're I don't know if we have the the ability to want to do skits. But I mean, like any real life video, we can do like a test of like, well, maybe who shoots better, person who played video games, and person who haven't. Person.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher, dude.
Person who has.
But like, you know, like that'd be a cool like video to make like in the future. Like, that'd be such a cool idea. And I'm pretty sure my wife would want to go and shoot guns.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I don't know. Not mine.
She's
What?
not a gun fan.
Nah. But I mean, I'm sure she would give it a try though. But
Tell her
but-
she can't do the podcast
yeah,
if she doesn't want to shoot a gun.
I'll definitely say it. But no, I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, I kind of didn't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Remember,
It
we
kinda-
can cut any. We can cut
It
any
kind
time we want.
of enforces the idea of like that supposedly video games, right, are like training simulators, like shooters, right? They're like training simulators for people to use guns, which in a way I can see, because for me, having never shot a gun or whatever, a rifle, I knew how to load the AR, you know,
Mhm.
Well,
like
we had
where you have
a-
to pull back the thing and like. But I knew beforehand,
Oh,
beforehand the
yeah,
instructor
okay.
was showing us, right? So it's like I had the idea because of playing all these games that you see that, you know, in Call of Duty, where
But
you
I-
see the guy's hand movements, like put it in the clip and then pull the thing back.
No,
right? So
even
it's like-
even go back even more. I mean, not even do that. I can argue against that because I don't see a video game to do that. I think even when we were kids and we had like those toy guns, helped us do that.
yeah,
Because my little brother has like Nerf guns. He has like a ton of them. He even has like this, like what you were saying, the little like thing you pull back to put the magazine in, and then you lock it, and then you cock it back. Like he has Nerf guns that do that already. He even has the Nerf guns where like you put the bullet in, then cock it and then shoot it, like the sniper. Even has like the Desert Eagle where you just stick the bullet in. Even the shotgun one where you have to stick it to the side like a regular gun would. So I would say even like a toy can teach me better than a video game would, because a video game doesn't go like your character doesn't go, changing mag, clip out, stick in, put it back, safety off, shoot. Like they don't go through that much of like a deal where like if you have like a toy gun, it basically has all that ready for you, and you can even trial and error.
yeah,
I mean, even if I've never seen a gun, if you hand me a gun, I mean, a gun doesn't look hard to figure out. If you mess with it enough, you can, this button clicks this button, trigger. I'm pretty sure anybody with common sense would know. I don't think a video game even like makes that argument that just because we know how to, just because we play video games and shoot people in the games, like we would shoot people in real life. I don't think we would know anything. Yeah. I lost my train of thought.
Well, I was just gonna say.
But you
that,
know what I mean,
Yeah,
right? Like you know
yeah,
what I mean. Like
I get what you mean.
I'm not saying what they say is right, but I'm saying that I think it's just common sense. I think anybody got a gun would know how to use it, regardless whether you play video games or not.
Well, yeah, we just trial and error, like you said. The only thing they would probably mess up with is safety and non-safety, because I think
Right.
that's one of the most confusing parts of a gun. Even to this day, even when I go hunting, like I have a tendency to always put the safety on after I'm done firing. When I go bird hunting with Mason, I just went this past season, and I missed a couple of opportunities because my gun was still on safety, because I want to be safe than sorry. So
Yeah.
after every time I'm done shooting, I put it on safety.
Dude, I wouldn't even say I learned gun safety maybe when I was like 10 years old. I mean, they even like I don't know if they sent like a state trooper in, like it was like a church thing. They brought a state trooper in, or maybe one of the guys there was a state, like he knew about guns. He was telling us, which was like the first rule was like treat every gun as if it were loaded. Like, so you don't point at anybody, you don't aim it at anybody, you don't put your finger on the trigger because you pretend it's loaded. You don't want to shoot somebody by accident. I mean, that's me at 10. I don't know if that's anywhere else, but like I learned gun safety pretty early on.
That's the thing. Like I get why people want to put the blame on video games or music. Like I get why they want to do that. Onto why people, why kids, become school shooters or whatever. But at the same time, I believe that it's all these kids have to understand their morality. Obviously, someone at home or something is not teaching them right from wrong, or they don't have a care in the world anymore. That's one. Number two, someone has to have taught them. I think it should be a mandated thing ever since they're very young. Every state should have it. Gun safety. Some of these kids don't even know, like, some of them, like, I know there's some city folks who have never even held a gun and they have no regard. Like, there's some people who have no regard for other human lives and they don't care. They have no problem killing someone else. And obviously, that tells me a few things. There could be some mental issues. There could be upbringing. There could be so many factors in there that it's hard to just put it on media and the things that we indulge in. Like video games, music, movies, all of that stuff. Can they be an influence? Sure, but I don't think it's fair to put it on just that. Yeah. Just the way they wanted to say that. What game was it?
Grand Theft Auto.
No. The shooting in Colorado years ago, was it Doom? They blamed it on Doom or something. There was I forgot what the name of it. It was a very first school shooting that we ever had in the U.S. with those two kids that locked down the whole cafeteria in Colorado. You guys know which one I'm talking about,
I'm
right?
sure. I can't remember now.
I'm trying to think.
Why don't we had Google?
They blamed it. They blamed it on a video. The kids, I think they made a video or something, or like a before, or audio clips of saying why they did what they did.
What you're talking about.
And they said that video games influenced them and music. There was like metal. It's like, dude, come on, man. That has nothing. Look at all the rest of us that play video games and listen to rock music, and we're fine.
I think it just comes down to like your mental health, like what you were really thinking in there. Because even then, like if you say that like 7 or 8 years ago, there was those little girls that killed that little girl because they said Slender Man told them.
Yeah, that too. I remember about that.
That's not a shooting game. That game doesn't even show the Slender Man killing you. So it's like what even? Maybe he just gave him a hug and the game was over.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah, it just has to do with, and that goes into deep, like psychological, into the
this is
into the of the home.
Yes.
Like child abuse. Maybe the parents are abusing the child, and that affects a child's psyche.
It's usually a pattern.
And these people that do stuff don't have that.
Not even that, but even to me, video games helped with that opposite of like not letting out anger, but like distracted me from that. Because I played Halo a lot when all that stuff was happening. I played The Sims a lot when that was happening. Games.
They kept me out of trouble.
Like the thing that kept me out of trouble, not would have influenced me even more.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it offers an escape from reality.
Yeah. No, for sure, man. I got the VR headset you let me.
Uh-huh.
No joke. It's like I can't wait till like real life is VR, honestly, because no joke. I think they should have. Oh man, dude! I think VR should have hit already so hard. With this quarantine, like it'd be the best, escape from reality for sure, dude. Because of that, the headset, it's great. It's not like the best, but it's so good to like watch videos on VR and just be like, whoa, I'm in space, I haven't played video games with it because I don't know how to set it up. It doesn't have like a
it's not like that. Good.
But it's good to like watch videos in it. It kind of like messes up my eyes a little bit, but it's still pretty cool. And this would be like a perfect time to like experience VR because we're like there's nowhere to go.
Sure.
We can all go shopping to Walmart and buy toilet paper in VR.
Have you guys seen that?
And there would be toilet paper.
Gotta get the Oculus, the Quest one.
Have you seen that VR game station that some company, and I think it was in Europe, they created It's like a trampoline pad on your feet, but also like it's a trampoline, but also like a
Like a trackpad kind of.
yes. So it like you can jump, so to simulate jumping in the game, um, and then it's got tension cables. You put on a belt like a harness
Right.
uh, around your waist, and it's got tensioning cables pulling your midsection, your waist, so that you can run in place without actually moving anywhere. Um, and it allows you to turn too. So it's like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
and then obviously you hold the little sticks like if you're holding the gun, and it's got
Right.
triggers and stuff. That thing is crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's like
insane.
it's like I said. It's like fucking Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Right. Like that whole concept of it's all just VR and
No.
like that's exactly what I mean. It would be awesome to.
It was
To have
a
that.
prototype
Yeah.
though. I don't think they were even close to releasing that, but
I don't think they'll release that, dude. That's too much. That would be like
thousands of dollars.
$5,000, even more, just to like have that setup. We
What?
need more like Sword Art Online VR, where it's just like them laying down and the VR headset is on, and it just links their brain into the VR, and they're doing everything, and they're not even moving. That's that's way better.
That's what
That's way better than me running around in my room yelling, "Oh, get out!" I mean, I already yell at my house, and my wife's telling me to shut up. And imagine hearing me jumping around my house like, or playing Gears of War, like doing the rowdy runs and doing the freaking barrel rolls and stuff. Like, that'd be insane.
Yeah,
It'd probably be cool to play like a superhero game on that, but maybe not like a FPS.
You know, the
Mhm.
Connect had that, like in a very basic form of like capturing your movements. You know,
Yeah.
like you can interact with someone
I
on the
remember
screen, so-
I remember at one point they were trying to take the Connect to the next level to where they were adding 4D to the Connect. You guys don't remember that?
No.
They were
Nintendo's
adding
always had something like that. Even didn't they have back in the day though? There was like the Nintendo Genie. You remember that thing? It was like one of the first. It was like goggles or something that you would put on your eyes, and you would play the video game like that. This was like
Oh.
back in 1990s or something.
well
Maybe early 2000s.
what this thing was doing was that it was gonna project, so like it was like a little side projector, that would project fire next to you, and it would create the heat if you're near fire.
Mm.
And then it would project like ice bricks behind you if you're in the cold, and then it would shoot cold air at you. Like they had this whole package. It was like a
Oh,
premium
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Like in the 4D rides.
Yes,
you know?
it was
Yeah.
it was a prototype, and I guess they just felt like it wasn't gonna hit like they expected, especially because the Kinect was already dying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they just let it go.
I can't believe that thing died. Honestly, like I think it
It's
was
just
such
that
a
no
great-
one ever had support for it. Like I think Skyrim was one of the only big games that had support for the Kinect,
Yeah.
and it was at its most basic form. Fus Roda! You could actually yell,
Yeah.
and that was cool. That was cool. You could actually do the shout, and your character would do it.
I missed that game, dude. It was
Skyrim.
like, yeah, it was like, I remember when it came out, I was so excited because I had never played an Elder Scrolls game, but it was like watching it was like that was every game I wanted to play, because I think like the game I played that was probably the closest to a game like that was like it was some random game on my computer that was already like pre-downloaded. And I had Doom pre-downloaded too, so it was Doom in that game, but it was like you traveled the world like not world, but you traveled each level and your character would get better and stuff. Where it's like that's the kind of game I always wanted to play, and I would see like people play World of Warcraft. I want to play that one, or even freaking RuneScape. RuneScape was such a game I wanted to play. Like I thought that game was gonna be more than what I thought it was, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my mining level this high, and then after that I'm gonna get my archery level this high, and then this game sucks. Like it literally was like that. Like it literally like at no point did I was like, this was like when the game came out. I really wanted to be like max level on all of it, but then you just like there's no end game to it. You just level up a character, you're done. Then you get another character and level it up. Like I know in Skyrim there is an end game. I'm not saying I would have wanted, but even Skyrim when the end game's over, you can still go back and play and finish all the side quests. Well, you're never going to finish any side quests. But
Yeah.
you could always go like build a house. You could always
Do something.
they had DLCs. You could play those, and then you basically do whatever you want in the game. It's like a big sandbox, like
Yeah, for sure.
like
I think I put
swords, man.
I think I put like 200 hours into that game twice.
Yeah,
So like a total of 400 hours with 2 different characters.
Yeah.
I played that game a crap load. I played that game in Fallout 4 a crap
Fallout
load.
4.
Yeah, man.
Fallout 4 was
And then
another one.
they just got even better with when you're able to mod it.
Yes.
With
Yeah.
mods, like
But nothing beats PC modding, man.
I know.
Nothing beats PC modding. Like
I watched the Game Grumps mod it to where they put the dragons would come out as Macho Man Randy Savage. Every time the dragon would come up, like, ooh yeah, ooh yeah.
yeah.
They're all ridiculous though, but no joke. I think the best game of the decade would have to be Skyrim for me.
The decade.
I think for
from
me it would
2000
have to be Skyrim, man.
2010 to
Honestly.
2020.
It's a game that like if I had like I played it for the 360. I played it when it came out for the Xbox One. I probably would have played it if I had the Wii. I probably would have played it on the Wii. I probably would have downloaded it for the Kinect if I had it when it came out. I would have probably played it in every platform it ever existed on. I would have played all of it. And like Fallout, I would probably like play it on like the Xbox and the PC. That's probably the only like way. Or I mean, I played it on my phone, the Shelter game, but like even then, like I think you wouldn't get any like all of it out this like Skyrim. I think Skyrim would be my favorite game of all time.
I think honestly, man, like I loved Skyrim, but even Skyrim put me to sleep sometimes. I loved Skyrim, but even Skyrim put me to sleep with some of those dragging ass quests. Sometimes. If I had to pick a game that I think that I was felt engaged throughout the entire time during this decade, from 2010 to 2020, I'd say Assassin's Creed 4 or Black Flag, because the minute I played it, I did not want to stop playing.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a
true.
beautiful game. The pirate ship battles
Yeah.
were like probably
Yeah.
the most fun I've had in a video game in a long time. I think the only time I've ever had more fun in a video game playing story was Halo 1 trying to escape the mall. The last stage when you're trying to escape on the damn Warthog and you got to beat the time limit. You only got 4 minutes and you got to on legendary, that shit's impossible. Because everyone's throwing grenades in Halo and on that damn stage, so those were probably, like, I would have to say Assassin's Creed 4 probably isn't the best game of the decade, but in my opinion, it was the one that had me engaged compared to all the other games.
Yeah. Probably I'd say it's the best Assassin's Creed game.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, after that,
I haven't even played. I've got like halfway through Odyssey and Origins and I love it, but
Yeah, same. Like I'm like halfway through Origins, and then I'm like
I haven't played Odyssey
I
yet.
played Odyssey.
But-
Odyssey is pretty fun.
That's what I'm hearing.
It's I wouldn't say it's like amazing, but it's pretty fun because you get that Spartan kick. And
That's
so like, dude,
that's what I want.
it's like fucking Fusro dying all over again. You know, in Skyrim, it's just like you just kick the shit out of these people and send them flying. Like it's fun, dude.
If I had to pick a favorite game from the early 2000s, so like the past decade, just from Xbox alone, I would probably it would be a debate for me between the original Halo 1, obviously, and Oblivion. Because Oblivion is considered the greatest RPG of all time. It's I think to this day it still has a better rating than Skyrim because Skyrim was buggy as
Yeah.
hell on
Yeah.
release.
I never played. I actually remember buying Oblivion because I was very intrigued by the game, and I never could get out of the stupid dungeon in the first game, and I was like, I give up. But I think I bought Oblivion, and then I bought Assassin's Creed 1. I bought Assassin's Creed 1 and that game at the same time, and it was like I bought them pre-owned, so it was like years after they had already come out. And I was like, oh, everyone's been talking about Assassin's Creed, everybody's been talking about Oblivion, I'll give it a shot. Couldn't beat Oblivion the first part, and I was like, man, I was just killing rats, and I was like, this game is kind of boring. I don't know what's, and it was kind of like those, like, it reminded me of those like, point and click adventure games on the PCs, like the old games, and I was like,
Yeah.
those games are so boring. So I was like, I stopped playing Oblivion, and then I played Assassin's Creed, and I was so captured by the story and by like everything about that game was so like, oh my god.
Part 2 is my favorite, man. Like
Yeah.
in that decade, it's in my top 3 like best games of that decade.
I still haven't played the trilogy that you gave me like a couple years ago for my birthday, but the remastered version. I played 2.2 and 2.3. All of them. I played. I think I only played up to Unity. After that, I don't. What was after Unity? The one in France, right? The
Yeah.
Syndicate?
Syndicate.
Yeah, there was Brotherhood also.
Yeah, Brotherhood was the
Yeah, that was after part
After-
3.
3
No, actually after
No.
2.
after 2.
No, it
After
was
between 2
And
Brotherhood.
and
Rogue. It was Rogue.
yeah. Well, Rogue was
yeah.
Rogue was like
Okay.
by 4 before 4, I think.
It was after 4. It was before Unity.
There you go. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it. I think the trilogy, the 2 Brotherhood and Revelations, were the best. Yeah, I think Revelations was a little bit more like, okay, let's play somebody else now. But I think, but then following 3 just nah.
The
And
thing
then
I liked
4
about
was just-
3
Was
was
great.
I liked the premise of 3, like the setting, the American Revolution. That was like a great, interesting to me. You know, fighting the redcoats was awesome as a Native American, but
for sure.
the story was kind of all over the place. They needed to have focused more, and then you didn't really get to get to know Ratona, the Tonke, whatever his name is, the way
Yes, that
you
guy.
the way
What's his
you did
name?
with Ezio.
Connor, right? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
his name
Connor.
was Connor.
Yeah, his Native American name was
Yeah.
that.
Tonka.
Ratonka
Tonka
Donka
Trunk.
It was like
Tonka.
right. It was with an R. And then
Yeah, I know what
Ru-
you're
Ru-
talking about.
something
You have
like
a good
that.
memory, dude. I didn't even know his name was Connor. So to remember his Indian name, I'll tip my hat off to you.
But from the PlayStation family of games, I would have to say, my favorite game has to be The Last of Us. I don't think any game has really gripped me
Yeah.
story wise the way The Last of Us has. Dude,
But I've seen a lot of it. So.
it's like a damn blockbuster movie that just won't stop. That's the way it is. Like a when I say blockbuster, I'm talking about like the ones that the dramas that are so damn good that whether you're a macho ass man or someone who's in touch with their feelings, it's gonna grip you and you're gonna want to see Joel and I forgot her name. You're gonna want to see them succeed. You know, at first Joel doesn't care about her. He's just trying to deliver her to a safe zone, and then he starts to look at her as a daughter.
Right.
You know, and it's like, it's a story that's been told plenty of times, but
Right,
the way
but
they
the way
tell
they
tell
tell
it
it,
is like,
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, the game I have played, that's kind of something like that, and basically it is a story, like a not blockbuster, but like The Walking Dead's Telltale series.
Oh
like,
yes,
like the first.
those
one,
were good
the
too.
first one like has that like. "Ooh,
Episode
I'm
one?
not crying. I'm not crying. You know, like the first episode, yeah, it was like wow. Like I never really got into the second episode and all that, but like the first one was like, I mean, spoiler, but I mean when Lee dies, it's like no.
Yeah.
Wow, spoilers.
Dude,
yeah, that
honestly,
game was pretty good, honestly.
Dude, honestly,
Sounds like
any
it.
freaking
Yeah.
game or movie that kills their like main guy is like, what? I mean, look at dude, like watching the freaking
Those are the best series.
Game of Thrones. It's
Yeah.
like, they don't care who the main character is; they're dying. You know, it's like I like that because it's so like not the norm. Like
yeah, you have to find someone else
yeah,
to get in touch with
Yeah,
because your
'cause you
favorite
see-
character might be off the show.
Yeah, well, it's like you see like shows where like this is the main guy. Oh, she's about to die. Psych. He's of course he's not gonna die, right? Because it's like you kind of like lose that like
Right.
that
'cause you-
feeling of like
oh, the show would be over. if
yeah,
he's
the show
dead,
would be
yeah.
over if he died, or it's like they fake he dies and he's like he's coming back.
Yeah.
What stone is bringing him back? Bring back the reality stone, or I don't know. Like, I mean, other than like
It's kind of like that
Marvel
with
doing it.
Dragon Ball, the series of Dragon Ball. You know Goku's always gonna win. So even when you're
Yeah.
watching the series, it's like, Goku, you'll die, but it's okay. They'll bring you back. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I already know how this is gonna end, but I
Or
still want to
even-
watch it.
Or even dead, he's still like, you know.
He still comes
Yeah.
back,
Yeah,
and
he
he
still
still
comes
fights
back.
because they bring him back for 24 hours. He
Well,
didn't fight.
I mean, when he fought Cell, he does die, and then Gohan kills him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is like, he's just so important to the series that they can't kill him off permanently.
Yeah, well, even in Super, like it kind of like it plays that same thing, but they kind of like understand that there are other characters. There are other characters in that like series that like well maybe not actually. Thinking back, they still kind of like focus around Goku.
Yeah, no one holds that much weight to Goku except maybe I would say Trunks. Like I think the only one who, in my opinion, has like a big impact that is likable that a lot of people say, "Oh man, he's a cool guy. He's a cool character," and blah 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 blah. He's a badass fighter. Is Trunks because
Yeah.
mean Vegeta has anti-hero type of thing where a lot of people get annoyed of him because he's always trying to best Goku and he always fails. So people are always
No,
pissed off.
I think Akira Toriyama has it out for Vegeta because
Yeah.
honestly, like I think he's such a great character because he naturally is a strong character. He naturally is.
Yeah, but he never gets
Yeah.
the credit
Yeah.
that he deserves. So people
I
get
think,
tired
like,
of seeing him because of that.
Yeah, because he was supposed to have died off. He was supposed to die after the Saiyan saga. Supposedly, that's what Akira Toriyama wanted to do. Was just kill him off, and that was it. But the fans loved him so much that he wrote it into the manga to bring him back.
Plus, it's another Saiyan. You can never have. I mean, as it is, that he killed off all of them.
Yeah, but I mean the point wasn't like for him to be that was their main focus.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's kind of like it was kind of like a whatever thing, but then everybody was like, oh, it kind of like Star Wars. Like they basically made George Lucas do what he did because the fans were like, hey, you know, they have like their own like ideas about the show, and if the show is not what they want, I mean, you basically write a show for your fans.
Yes.
Even as much as you want to be like, I want to write the show for me, you really can't because your fans are what's buying the
Well, look at what
they're
happened with
paying
Game
for
of
it.
Thrones.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones
yeah.
wanted them to end it a certain way, and they didn't. And now look at all the people that are pissed off about it.
Well, I mean, that wasn't the the fans. The writers were already ready to write Star Wars, so they had another 2 seasons to finish the series, but they were like, no, let's just end it so we can make Star Wars. See, it's like I hope these Star Wars movies are really great. I hope they come out awesome and there's no imperfection, because if they had to kill a show that has been going on for 10 years, now granted, I wasn't there on day one for Game of Thrones. I was there like the last 2 years of it. But even then, I would be really angry if I waited all these years to watch this show, wait for all these books, read the books before the show came out and all this stuff, like, you know, to be so like into the show for them to just end it the way they did. I was angry, and I wasn't even that invested into it. Now I can imagine somebody who's been, you know, day one, I read the books, to like read it, to like even end it the way it did. I would be angry, and I hope these Star Wars were worth it, because if they're not,
Are they ever?
no. But I mean, what I'm saying is that I hope they're better. I hope they are great enough to like have ended a series the way they did.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing with Star Wars, dude. There's always gonna be something not.
You can never please everyone with
yeah,
Star Wars.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, it's Star Wars fans are so toxic.
I know, it's just to like
And I'm one of them. Like I'm not
force a
saying
writer.
anything, like I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
They
You're a
force-
huge Star Wars
yeah,
fan,
yeah.
you know. So
Like I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I mean I even go as far as to say like I enjoyed the prequels because I was a kid when they came out. I enjoyed them as a kid, not really much as an adult, but like I even going into watching 7, 8, and 9, like with the mind I have now, like of or the way I could critique them now because like they were great, but they weren't like even like ending it was kind of like that's not how you want to end it, but it's fine.
yeah.
Like you can appreciate what it is and then like critique it for what it is, and move on. Because like honestly, like I'm glad they ended. If they make another Star Wars, because even the games, like I haven't played, which is the one the new one that came out for the Xbox and PlayStation,
Oh yeah.
Last Sword, Jedi, Last
the
Sword,
Last
right?
Jedi Order, something like that.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, Fallen Order. Yeah.
What are those games that you guys mentioned? Like
Yeah.
even that one, or even the Unleashed ones. Like those
Dude,
are
I
such
love
great
Unleashed.
stories. And like if you could just, I mean, other than Darth Vader, but like if you could just end the series and make new characters, it'd be worth it.
Yeah.
Like it like they have such great stories. Like I haven't played the game, but I've watched like clips of it, and it's like, this is Star Wars. Or even people who make like their own little shorts. It's like the Darth Maul short. It's like everything's that universe is so great to explore. If you just kill all the characters and just start fresh, like it's gonna be great. I mean, The Mandalorian already plays such a great, like we already have the child, we have, Mando, you have the characters there that like they're so great. Like
Mhm.
I think that's why they did it too. I think they're testing the waters to see if it would fare well without Luke and the regular gang.
I mean, you have talks
Yeah,
of like,
man, it does.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you have talks of like Jango Fett coming in or something, but even
Yeah.
then, like Jango Fett was nobody. He was nobody in the movies, like nothing. Like he
Mhm.
didn't capture Han, he didn't kill anybody important. He really didn't do anything, but he was such a beloved character. So to bring him back in the Mandalorian and make him make a vital role, like I'm excited. But like I really hope these Star Wars movies come out. And like they all their characters are gone. There's that child that comes out in the last Star Wars movie, the 8th one, at the end where he like force pushes the broom to
The
him.
broom.
It's like, whoa, who's that? Like you have these characters you can use now, and
He's nobody.
well, nobody yet, baby. But like we have such, I don't know. I have high hopes. I'm excited for new Star Wars movies. Well, if they come out because of this
Yeah.
freaking virus
Yeah,
pushing all these movies back.
all these
The
movies.
freaking what's it called? What's John Krasinski's movie? The
A Quiet
Place
Two.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he pushed that back. I was looking at
Fast 9.
Fast 9. I was
A
looking
whole
at the
year,
I
dude.
know, dude.
A whole year.
I was excited. The trailer is so good. I'm like fully on board with
I'm-
all the hype for that movie.
But
It's a little
glad.
full of mamadas. Like
That's why I love it, dude. It's like it's fucking ridiculous, but it's good action, you know.
I'm
Oh,
just so
yeah.
glad that they are doing it though, because imagine all these people getting sick and then they're gonna get sued and then they're gonna lose more money than what they wanted to. I'm glad they're
Yeah.
being responsible and doing all that stuff.
Well,
But then we have to wait another year, like you said. We have to wait all this
Yeah.
time.
speaking of
But-
which, well, if you have something to say, you should say it because I'm gonna change topics.
oh, okay. No, I was just gonna say that. I mean, they're trying to release them on demand.
Oh,
The movies, like Universal, is releasing Invisible Man and
I think,
like
dude.
on demand,
I
but
think
you're
that-
gonna have to like buy it, for like $20, and you only get like a 48-hour rental period. So.
Speaking
but
of-
then
speaking
somebody's
about
gonna
that-
buy it for like one and then put it online. for
Yeah,
everyone to
burn
see.
it and shit. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think that is gonna cause I think that's the future. We're gonna start I think that movie theaters are becoming a thing of the past slowly but surely, which is why all these things are trying to offer like monthly passes and stuff because they're just trying to stay active.
And it's so
Yeah.
ridiculous what
I
they're
hope
doing.
not though.
I love going to the movies, but I do think that we're not gonna have like six like the way we do in the Valley anymore. Maybe there'll be two or three.
Yeah.
They're gonna start closing little by little because I think that's the future. Everything is going digital. I mean, how long did it used to take? I don't know if you remember when we were kids. After a movie was done being in the movies, it would take like 6 to 8 months for it to come out on Blu-ray or DVD or VHS back then. You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird because I remember
Now
watching.
it's a month and a half.
Yeah,
2
because
months.
I remember watching freaking Black Panther, and then like like in February when it came out, and then March or April was like on Blu-ray, and I was like, really that fast?
Mm-hmm.
It's so yeah, it's crazy, and I really hope because I really love the going to the movies experience. It really is.
Yeah, that's
Unless
why.
you make your home theater the same way, and not a lot of people have that like the luxury of making
yeah.
it the way they want to. But even then, like I still would want to go to a movie.
I think that's why. Like, I think it won't die away completely, but I do think that it's just gonna be like a thing that's
Yeah, I mean,
not necessary anymore.
Eventually it will. Like with all things, you know, like the drive-in movie.
Yes, it died out pretty much.
I wish they still had that though.
We have one
I mean,
in
we have
one in
one,
West Laco / Mercedes.
It's the only one. I
Yeah,
think,
it's the only one here in the valley, and it's pretty cheap. I think it's like $10 for.
What movies are even playing?
They have three, I think 2 or 3 movies, and during the day they play like the movie that they don't think is gonna bring in a lot of money. So like they'll usually have a family movie during the day, and then at night they'll have like the best movie they think is out right now.
Yeah.
So like in this case, let's say it would be like The Invisible Man would be like let's say it would be like during the day show, and then like if Fast 9 was out, that would be the night
They
show.
should have Twister.
And I think they alternate too. Like maybe sometimes they'll do like one movie for 2 or 3 days, and then another they'll rotate it just so that people get a chance to see anything and everything. But it's cheap. I think it's like $10 or $15 per vehicle, and as many people as you can fit in the vehicle. That's it.
Yeah.
And then they have
I
a
think
snack
it's
bar,
10 now.
and you just pay. Like I think you pay like a couple of bucks for some snacks. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah. I mean, but even then, the drive out there is pretty long.
You have to make it. It's like I've told Kayla. You have to make a day out of it. So like go to the outlets.
It's a day we don't have, Adrian.
Yep.
Jeez. We gotta worry about the. I mean, that would be such a great thing now because we can't go to the movies right now. Anyways, I think that's probably gonna be packed because everyone's gonna be in their car.
We should probably go to the movies now since nobody's gonna be there.
They're probably closing it off anyways.
I see you.
But I'm saying the drive-in theater would be a great. Now they should open them now. We're all quarantined. Everyone could just stay. In
Everybody
their car.
has the same idea, and everybody goes to the theater.
What I was
We're
gonna
have
say
those
though.
things though. Like that's what I think about. Like, oh, maybe I go to the dollar store and people don't think there's stuff there to buy, and there is. I went today and there was like nothing there.
You guys were talking about stuff being pushed back. They're saying that the new Xbox may not come out, and the new PS5 may not come out at the end of the year as projected. You know how they're supposed to come out
This
like holiday every year? Yeah. Because of everything that's happening in China, it's slowed production hardcore for everything, and obviously almost everything comes out of China. So they're thinking it may be pushed like till summer of next year.
That's fine. Honestly, I'll save up more to get it. Because honestly, I thought I would have had more funds to buy video games.
The fact that the Xbox released the specs is a pleasing sight, which means that it's probably going to be okay, that they'll probably release it on time as it is. I'm pretty sure you guys know China is seeing their numbers drop like significantly. They finally contained the damn thing.
Yeah.
They're in the less than like 200 new cases per day.
I heard something like 70% of them have already recovered from it.
Yeah,
and that's a lot compared to like there was like hundreds of thousands of cases and
they were getting thousands of new cases, like 5,000 or 6,000 of new cases a day or something, some crazy number, and then now they're in the less than 200 new per day, which is like, hey, you finally contained this
figuring
thing.
it out. And then even like the mortality rate's not that bad. Granted, they have a higher population, but even for us, like we don't even have 10,000 people, or even I don't know. I should haven't checked the numbers yet, but we haven't even hit the 100th, you know,
That's okay.
case of it.
No one's fact checking this. You can just spout out numbers.
Well, I want to fact check.
I think there's over I think there's over 1,000 cases in the U.S. already.
Well, yeah, I know that, but it's like, you know, like, I mean, look at what.
Texas does not have it that bad though. I think we haven't even hit over 100.
So, like, look how many cases there are over there, and look how many cases are here in the United States, and how many, and I don't think even they're out of toilet paper. Do I have to order my toilet paper from China so that I can get them? Because it's crazy to think that our country is going to crazy freaking heights, like to get all the food, toilet paper, water, and like the other countries aren't even doing that. It's like what I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
All this toilet paper craziness is making me think more and more about getting a damn bidet.
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about it. It's like, dude, like, for one,
just fucking take a shit and jump in the shower and wash your ass in there.
But that's what a bidet does, and and you don't have to jump in the shower. I honestly I don't know why the U.S. has never really jumped on that. I know it feels weird having water shot in your butt, but it's like, what's the difference when you take a shower? Obviously, it's not going
Water
directly.
doesn't go up in my butt.
It's not going directly into your ass, but it's actually better for you that the bidet does that because it's a cleaner. All you do is you use like 3 sheets of paper to dry, and you're not smearing. And when you use toilet paper, you're smearing.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that's the
I don't
truth.
even like when Elsa touches my butt. So to have water shot up directly in my butthole is not.
I think that's just what it is. It's just a bunch of people afraid of having their weird things near their butt, and it's like, okay, if you're gonna make it weird, then it's gonna be weird. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well,
don't knock it till you try it, though. You know?
Exactly. Like I keep hearing people say, "Oh man, I don't know why we Americans have not jumped on this ship." Like I'm reading reviews on them, and like people are like, "I don't know why it's taking us so damn long," and blah blah blah. And then people say they bring up history, and they say it's a World War II thing in France, and when we were over there overseas in Europe, fighting the Germans, we saw them, and we had the soldiers use them, and obviously back then was a different time. Men were macho, and having water sprayed on their butt or something was uncomfortable. So that idea stayed with the American men, and it just got transferred into our culture and our lifestyle, and we always hated it. But 95% of the U.S. has never even tried it. So, and we hate it, and we haven't even tried it. You know what I mean? It's like, let me just wipe my ass and smear crap all over my butt cheeks instead of spraying some water in there, and it'll be cleaner. But
I mean, it'd probably be better than using baby wipes and causing fat burgers in the freaking sewers we have.
I was reading that.
Yeah, fat burgers.
I was reading
fat burgers.
Fat burgers. You know what I meant.
I was reading online that not only is obviously all that toilet paper and wipes that we throw down the toilet is bad for our sewage system, and some of that even gets diverted into the water supply, and they have to fish it out and clean it. You know what I mean? And some of it accidentally gets filtered into the water supply, like it gets diverted on accident. So it causes a lot of crap, right?
Yeah.
Well, and then they say
intended.
It causes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gallons of water for a few sheets of toilet paper, because all the trees, all the water that you have to plant for that tree, and then the amount you have to apply water to the actual bark of the tree to make the toilet paper soft. You know what I mean? When you're making the toilet paper, you have to use more water during the production of the toilet paper. So it's double whammy. Whereas if you were to use a bidet, it's only a spray. It's not even like a pint of water. It's just a little psst. And it's not sewer water. It's tap water. So it's water from your actual water line, so like the water from your faucet.
Right.
So it's clean water, and it just goes. Psst.
No, honestly, like my tap water in my house, like, because my pipes are all rusted. I don't want rusty water in my butt.
Okay, that I can understand, but
I'll do it if they were cheaper. Yeah, hell yeah, I would buy one. But
I think they're only like $40, dude. $50.
oh, there's like 300, 700.
Oh, yeah,
the good ones, man.
Yeah, those are the ones that are like
The fucking Japanese ones.
the ones that are like that expensive are the ones that have water temperature regulators built inside, and they're electric. You don't need any of that crap. All you need is you just need a
Wi-Fi. Monitor the amount of times.
You know, they even have one that has an electric dryer built in.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So
that's
like,
why. So like it sprays the water and then it gives
It just-
you air so it
yeah.
can dry out your bum.
and
Okay.
it's like that's what I mean by that's excessive.
That's what I want. That'd be awesome.
Okay, because I don't want to end the podcast on us talking about water up our butts.
Hey,
Let's
that's a
just
good topic.
let's just do one more extra topic, and then we'll end it. But, oh man, I just don't want to talk more about butts, especially because no one will get to this far. But
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why it's great.
you were streaming.
If you made it this far, comment down below.
No.
Butt stuff. Hashtag butt stuff.
Only Danny will do that. I bet.
No, if you made it this far, so that way we know that you made it this far. Comment, hashtag, bidet. That's
DET.
DET. Or however you feel like spelling it.
Oh, that's funny because I spelled it BUBEDETT on Amazon. Maybe that's why I got expensive
Well, there
ones.
you go.
It's like, this guy doesn't even know how to spell it.
Spell it that way. That way we know you made it this far and we know you're listening.
DETT. BUDETT. But, yeah, okay, because I still brought it back up to the water toilets. Water toilets.
Water toilets?
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I didn't even know you were streaming, honestly, yesterday until, like, I saw
sent
that
the
you were
picture.
on. You just sent the picture. But even then, it was kind of fun. It was kind of funny, like, because I was cleaning my house, and I just had you, like, on my computer screen with no audio. Like, I really want to stream, but I'm really trying to find the time now that I'm married and all that.
You just gotta,
I
more,
think-
more
I-
importantly,
I
you
think-
have to. I don't want to say ask permission because that makes it sound like.
I do ask permission.
Well, yeah, but there's a right way to say it. Just make
no.
sure you guys are on the same page. That's the right way to say
that's
it.
what I was telling her. I was like,
Um,
I was telling her about this because I was like, yeah, I want to make this a regular thing where like every Monday we can at least do a podcast. I think now that we're quarantined, I think we'll have a little bit more to talk about versus when hopefully something changes next week and we can have something else to talk about, or like even streaming now, like streaming. I mean, maybe we can podcast stream and we'll bring more webcams into this, and I mean I have more ideas for the podcast than we've had. In our previous, I mean, obviously the episodes aren't there anymore. I think we just decided to move on from that, and I think we dragged on like a lot of like I think I was trying to keep something alive that was I guess not dead, but where we felt like we weren't like
just that it was just something that we couldn't commit to because a lot of things were happening.
Yeah, I mean, it was like I was getting married.
Yeah.
We had, I lost my job. I was, trying to find, myself, and, I think at that time when we stopped, I think, we had family issues, and it was like a lot of things that were happening over, and I think now it's like
There's
such a
more
perfect
stability.
time. Yeah, we're more stable now. We can do more stuff, and I have, a wife to go home to now. But I think she likes to see me do something, and like where it's like I can just play video games whenever I want. But if I can make it like, oh, every Monday we're gonna record, okay, you come do this, or we can, on Thursday nights we're streaming, you know, where we make something regular like that, it's like
Yeah.
it becomes more like, oh, she knows every Monday I'm gonna be out, or every Thursday he's gonna be home, but he's gonna be on his computer. Um, we make it more like that, and I'm you know, hopefully the summers I'm gonna be free, you know, more. I have more free time now. I think that's the good thing. And then at least the weekends we can do something because I know you guys have real jobs. I mean, I have a real job too, but like it's
Yeah.
like you know,
we don't have.
you don't have the
we don't have
vacations.
teacher schedule.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you don't have the vacations I do, so it's like, but it always was down to me anyways, you know, being free.
Yeah.
Before where it was like I was working, I was too tired, I didn't want to go out, and like Adrian works like all day in a you know a job I know well, and I'm pretty sure he comes home tired, so like sometimes he's not available, and I understand that, but he can power through because he's a champ, and like Alex, he works all day too, and he can do whatever. I mean, like your job's not like you're out in the sun, you know, you're in an office all day, so it's like to ask you to come do something for like an hour. You know, we've already passed our 45-minute mark that I wanted, but even then, like, it's like,
Yeah, but the good thing is that, like, you know, I don't have to, you know, my day ends at 5:30 at work, you know, so it's like, it's that, and that's that, you know, it's not like I bring it home with me or
Yeah.
anything, so.
same for me.
So,
And I'm sure Adrian's the same way. He's not thinking about, oh, the next install tomorrow.
I mean, I try not to, but I'm always getting
Can't help
updates.
it.
I'm always getting updates from my brother about everything after hours. So I'll get an update. Like he was just texting me at 10 o'clock about that we're doing 3 jobs tomorrow, and it's like, well, holy crap, I'm by myself, you know. But yeah, I was streaming, and I know I should probably network myself more and let people know, but
I
A lot
did
of-
that for you yesterday. But
a
then
lot
you
of
got
a lot
off.
of yeah a lot of people that I have on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, I have no care. They're people from high school, and I have no care if they know that I'm streaming. I haven't found an audience yet that I want to share that with, because like I want to put it on my Instagram and I want to put it on Twitter, but
I think if you separate that,
Yeah,
part
I
of
was,
you,
I was about to say
like if
that,
you
yeah.
separate like right now your Twitter handle, YouTube, and your
they're all my
they're
personal
all
accounts.
your personal accounts. So I think if you switch it and get from Adrian and get Dead Rain, like Instagram by itself, get is Dead Rain. I don't know if we want to do on Facebook, but I think Facebook's always gonna be alive. So like even getting those those usernames and create that separate thing, because like for me, I think I want to do that too, where it's like I want to keep my personal Instagram. I mean, I'm not streaming, but like I do share, like when you stream, I share that, and I know none of I have friends that do watch streams and stuff, so like it gives them that okay, well then they know they'll come and see for like a couple of seconds or something, because I've had a couple friends who've already subscribed to your or follow you on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm pretty sure that there's some that are gonna want to see us come back on this channel. And I think if you just separate yourself from your personal, because I know you have like you probably have more friends than me on your Facebook and all that, but you said if they're just high school friends, then separate yourself from that. Make yourself. I mean, you
Like-
could talk
like
to
on-
Alex because he's all marketing.
Like on Facebook, I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna make 2 different ones, because Facebook is not really a big platform as it is for
But you
gaming.
can make a page on
Yeah,
for me I have
a fan
s-
page or something, a gaming
Yeah.
page. Yeah.
because I still have like for me I have the well
You could even stream on Facebook.
yeah you
Yeah, but no,
you could have your grandpa. Oh, I don't know.
I'm only 14 or 15 followers away from affiliate status, so I'm already. I mean,
On Twitch?
On Twitch?
yeah, you only have to
Really?
have 50, so it's
Oh.
not
Really?
it's not that big
Oh,
of
wow.
a deal.
Everyone follow him on Dead Rain
Uh,
on Twitch.
you only have to have 50, right? Once you hit affiliate stat, like they're not going to approve you immediately once you have 50. You need to prove that you're active all the time and you're at least streaming 10 to 12 hours a week, and then that you have at least 4 to 5 people in your stream at any given time, and then have over 50 followers, and you need to do it at least for 2 or 3 weeks, and then
Consistent.
notify them that you want to be an affiliate, and then they'll approve it.
Yeah.
and then you'll start being paid ad revenue, and all that stuff, and then you can
Yeah.
have subs and stuff. But
Dude, it'd be cool to stream this podcast one day.
oh, like any
Yeah,
that
for
can be
sure.
done at any time. But what I was gonna say is that like I wanted to make my personal and my gaming channel one, but now I'm realizing that I don't want people from high school to know that I'm trying to do this because truth be told, if anyone hears this from high school, from our high school and our graduating class, I have no remorse in saying this. But a lot of you guys are some judgy bastards, and I
Hmm.
don't want you guys thinking. I don't want to know what you guys think about me. Not that I care, because I don't, but I don't want to hear any negativity. Plain and simple. So if I want to do something for me, and if you think me streaming is geeky or nerdy or some bullshit, whatever you think, that's fine. But
Did
it's what I want to do. It's my dream. So leave me be.
never tell you that I had a moment with somebody we were from high school. I won't mention any names, but I remember they were like, I was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, and they were saying like YouTube,
I think I
like
already know who
that kids
you're talking
that
about. Yeah.
kids are
Oh
like,
yeah.
like kids like nowadays want to be YouTube stars, and it's like it's such an easy job, like there's no hard work, and it's like, yeah, but if that was true, there'd be way more famous people on YouTube. There'd be a lot. Like, this is hard. We've tried. This is going to be our third attempt at trying to, not trying to be famous, but at least trying to get an audience to
A
where we can,
following.
a following where we can do this regularly, and not trying to escape our real jobs, but like I like, to me, I think this would be work that's not working. This would be
Hmm.
great. I would enjoy every moment of it. Where I do enjoy my job now, but it's like, here it's like we have something we enjoy. All three of us can do. All six of us, if all our friends want to do it too, it's like we have the. I think like if we had started it in 2010, back when we were all like
And YouTube was like
barely
it's
starting,
barely
I
growing.
feel like we
Yeah.
would have had an audience there, and would have grown. And I feel like we have the capability of doing it if we stick to it. But like it's like it is hard work. If it was easy, we would have made it a long time ago. We started this channel in 2016. We would have made it a long time ago. Where it's
sure.
like we would, and we did it. And, granted, we stopped. There was stuff that was personal. Maybe we could have fought through it, but I mean, why push something that we have no energy for? We're not in the right mindset, and we're not. We're now. I think we not that we're not gonna be in the right mindset, but I think we have more of like, if we structure ourselves, it'd be easier because we have lives to go back to after this.
Hmm.
Everyone has either significant other, or they have their family they have to go back to. It's like, real life is still playing while we're at pause, while we hit pause for like an hour or two just to do this. But I think we'll stop here because it's
Yeah.
this was a 45-minute planned one, and it was kind of a small, like I thought it was gonna be a small one to start off, so we can
You can cut it to
we can
45.
I'll probably will cut it to 45, but like it's I normally don't want to edit out stuff. I feel like I might have to in this one, but in anyways, like this is something we'll hopefully recurring. We'll be back next week, and we want to see who was ready for us to come back. I think I'm gonna probably tease it a little bit, make some teaser videos or something. Especially
sure.
the teaser clips of us rebranding, so it'll be exciting. And hopefully the people who were listening before come back and listen to it now. My mom and dad, thanks for listening. But I think we'll stop it there, and we'll see you. We'll be back next week.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for joining me, guys. The Adrian's is somebody they didn't have before, and we've had Alex
Yeah.
back again, and we have me, Mike, who's here, and we'll be back next week.
Toodles.
Bye.